Hi, welcome back to From the Pearl Forest. This is Peggy, and this is day 14 of our hashtag Play Your Hand, where we make 5 different journal cards each day in the month of August 2024. This is one that I made from the calendar pages. This is another video of its own if you look for the calendar page journal cards. I'm using them for our numbers to know what day we are on this calendar page. So let's get started. First thing we have are some playing cards, and I pulled out, I think, 6, and we'll do 5. We have a regular standard playing card. We have a monster memory match, which has Patient Peter. We have an Einstein's A Large Rock, which is called a boulder, sorry. And we have these trivia cards, and I'm not thinking of the name right now. I should know them. Anyway, they have questions on one side and answers on the other, and these are our historical questions. So actually the answer here is from the question over there. No, it isn't. No, it's from this one. So those are trivia cards we can use from a game card. This is a regular playing card. It just happens to be small and has animals on it. And here is Hello Kitty regular playing card. So we have 5 different cards. These are regular playing cards, but they're all slightly different. And then these are other games, which that you would use card games or other games. So we're going to use them with some magazines. I have some catalogs and magazines that we can delve into, but first of all, let's get out the glue stick and glue these down. We decide which side we want to have up. Looks like we can fit them all on one piece of newsprint for our journaling side, so we can go ahead and get that out of our way. And I don't think it really matters which side we glue down and which side we put up, unless you were doing something where you wanted part of this to show on your decorative side. I don't know that we do. So we'll just get this glued down. Now I've showed on another video where they have the hole punched out. You could tie a ribbon on it. We could do that again. We can make part use of this for the decorative side, but making it, into our own as well. So we'll put that up. And I often just use my same paper for gluing, unless I'm getting down to where I don't have room. Now, do we want this on the decorative side, or do we want this on the decorative side? I think I'm going to go with this. It's a little plainer, more flexible, although the other side has some nice, little extra glue here, some nice colors in there that we could incorporate into whatever we're making. This little one, I think I would largely keep the picture and maybe just add a little tiny bit of something, because I have a wild animal journal that would go nicely in. So maybe just add a label or something. What do we want? Well, let's keep the orange. Maybe the orange would be useful. I happen to know that one of these magazines has, I don't know if all magazines are that way, but it has its own paint palette, color palette. It's more, I guess, accurate than paint palette, but so I can consistently find similar colors in it, which is nice as a go-to. I think I may not have even read this one yet, so I might be selective as to what I would take out. But I'll show you, while this dries a little bit, what kind of things you might find in these. This is Millie, Your Money, Your Life. And it's from, this one is fall 2021. And I'll just kind of flip through it Here's a bunch of purple you could harvest. This hair works nice for some other things I might be doing on another day. Here's a bunch of light pink. And actually collaging, taking all of these and putting them down for a beginning layer, and then putting some other things over some of that works nicely. I find food actually works really nice for a collage, but also this white marble with the gray in it is nice, that we could put that on something. You might get some of this blue stripe or some of this gray. You might want this big F or these quote marks, or like well spent. You might want to harvest that. Here's a fish. You could cut out the whole fish, put it partly on there, maybe partly on the front and partly on the back. That might be fun. Or actually, let's see, with this fish, almost fits on our tall card. So why don't we take the fish? Usually you don't have something quite that big, so we'll set that aside. Maybe we'll even take the F for fish. I don't know. Come back if we want that. Here's some pink sweater. Okay, talk here. These wrinkles and this texture of the weaving and the folds, those add a lot to a picture. And then this different shades or tones of that were good. Here's a nice big set of numbers. Car. Now this page would be really nice. Maybe we'll even take that. This purple and then all the diamond shapes of these can be used partly on something. This big flower, but it's too big for what we're doing. This pattern here could make a nice journal card by itself, or they also are really nice in collage. This also, and actually that goes nicely with that, so we'll keep that in mind, or even this with it because it looks nice with the orange. This would make nice collage because you would have these two colors and then you'd add in some other things that either went with it or were different. Here's all this texture in this pink, and it's probably big enough, we're glued down here, to go on a card. So maybe we'll take that out as an idea. It would give nice texture to the card. These are pretty sturdy papers too, if you wanted to use them for journal cards or pockets or something. This up here is nice, maybe with the blue line and everything. Here's some nice blue. I might harvest that later for my sky. You could use parts of that. This kind of stuff I find works good in a collage because you tear them down and overlap them. They disappear as to what it actually is. Here's a whole bunch of A color if you're looking for that for a collage. Here's that same picture, only smaller, so maybe it works better for what you're doing. I think for us that's better. Now here's a collection of colors, like you're doing a collage. I might go through here, tear up there, go along here, maybe tear in there and around here, get this yellow, and then go back along here like that, and take all of those and make a collage. So that's a good place to find papers. This is a AARP, and this is like blue and gray, and here's a selection of colors, or maybe you want even this texture. Maybe you want this coming out behind something. What do we have so far? We have the fish, and we have these, we have the fish, we have these diamond shapes on rings, and we have this pink dress. I do have sitting here this pink paper that might go with that, plus I have some music paper. This could go behind something. What we really need is something to go behind the fish. You can get just like that for one. Sometimes you can take a person to make a journal card and then replace their hair with another color. or add some more paint or other styles to their face, and maybe do some other things so that you're changing them to make them more your own art rather than just that. So I don't see that this one has as many good things. There's like a little bit in here you could take for collage. Crossword puzzles can be fun to cut up for things. I mostly look for color and texture. Like this could be good. These are really good to harvest out of there to make a journal card or a pocket. This would be really pretty. That might be about the right size, even though that's not the card, but let's see, this is the center. So we'll take that out and see. And I mean, this would make a nice one too. Here's the pull out. Okay. And this is one of my favorites, but I like connecting threads because it's quilting and they have little fabric and other essentials. Color, they show they have thread and fabric that matches, but you might just cut out that shape, or if you just want like a little something to go behind something. If we find something bigger that's sort of fish scale, that would look nice behind the fish. So you want something that would fit this long card. We could also cut through here. Maybe we'll try that as a background for something. I find when you have things that are spread out to show all their range of patterns or colors, those like this, those are good to use. You can also, you know, cut out part of a quilt or something. The little bunnies would be good in my bunny one I had earlier. Like this one, you could cut along this edge, sort of making a jaggy thing, but then you can also, you know, just kind of wiggly cut through here to make yourself sort of a zigzaggy shape. Let's see, we have this big piece that could go on something. Where was that one? That doesn't go with our fish, does it? It does a little bit, but not completely. This is big enough to go on something. And even this, and even though you have the numbers, that's nice. This is nice. Maybe this would be nice with the fish. Let's try this one with the fish. So we'll tear it out. I'm not sure what we're doing with the other people yet. And see this? You have this blend of colors. Sometimes you can take a page like that and make it your palette for a collage or an artwork thing, and then go find other things that are similar to this or that might go with it. Or even like here on my desk, you might have, you know, some lace that could go in here really nicely. So those are some things you can also do in harvesting the magazines. Now this Real Simple, I find a lot of things, now they're brighter colors. This is November 2021. So if you're not into bright colors, you might not like it. But like this, with this leaf pattern, that is really, really pretty. Maybe we would use it on one of our cards, although I might want to save it for a bigger card. And they have a lot of food pictures, and this is just lovely texture to put on something, or to, you know, cut out some things like this. Even like this little one to go on the page. Put these on somewhere and put this on somewhere, or put some of this down. But you have these pretty textured colors around there that you can harvest. Here's another food thing. Little napkin, or like the backgrounds. You can cut this out more. There's a little bonsai tree. Now, This could be, you know, a little thing of color to put on the edge of something. We might even try that to see how that would work. Now, I take hair, which you'll see in another one for a lot of things, but you could also use it for, you know, putting on some stuff. This is probably big enough to do a card. Her sweater is definitely, we can keep that in mind. This corduroy would look really lovely as a background. These palettes would be great for background. All this texture of all these things. You know, her hair would make a great background, her ribbing of her shirt, even her skin. You know, you can do skin. You could put an eye on, you know, put some with the mouth if you want to do that too. These textures, like this, would make a nice background for something. I don't know what else I need, so I'm not going to tear another one out yet. These flowers would be good, or these succulents. Those would be awesome. Whoops. Awesome to put on for a card. And now this type of thing, these colors you're going to find in almost every issue. So you could like tear this page out and save it with some other issues where you have similar colors, and you might do them for a set of cards, maybe even something this big. You know, maybe you put a person or not, or maybe you just do it where it's just a bunch of striped colors, and maybe you tear it up for collage, because see, here's the same colors. So if you were harvesting this, you couldn't use this except if it was on your pieces that were on the back. You have these nice little ropey letters you could use, but this is the same color and this is the same color. So these are all things you could put together, especially if you're making a master board or a collage. And like I say, food works really well. This would be really, really pretty on a card. Let's see. I'm not sure if I can find something to go on my jungle card, so we may not be able to do that. This would be awesome on a card. Parts of this could be a couple cards, or you could have a big card. You could do it like this, or you could do it like this. This could be on something different. That would be pretty on a seashore with some seashells or something. Looks nautical. This pattern would be interesting. This definitely would. And see how these colors look good with this and look good with this. The palette is very similar, so you can put things together. Now, maybe we'll take this one because the gears would work really well too. I know we have more than we need. It's another card we can get later. If you want to put a dog on a card, they have a lot of that. Here's some with a suitcase. This background with the black and gray is good. Just like the trees or the boats in the water, or like thank you. Fireplace with this mantle, that's like nice. This color is often in here for the same product, and it's very nice to put in a background or a collage. So you can see there's a lot. There's even this page that has this fold out, and you could make it part of a page in a book, or cut it in half and have 2 journal cards to, you know, flip out, or cut it to size for a book. Now see, this would make really good backgrounds. And that, more food, the black and white. Here's some grapes and nuts and aloe vera, little plant. These pies make great backgrounds as well. Now this color is often in here with Cheerio ads, so if you like orange, this is a great place to get some of that. And look at this. Look at this lovely texture with all these cracks and peels and whatever. It's for hand lotion, but it's awesome to put on a card. So definitely we'll use that in the future. I know it's from November 21, but I haven't read this one at all. It got kind of overlooked. So let's start and see what we can do with these 5 cards. I always can think of way more than I have time for the project. My goal is to use the majority of what I have playing card wise and game card wise, other than ones I'm going to set aside to share with other people. I want to use most of them so they're not sitting around here. They're ready to go, because I can always get more. But a lot of these are ones that we've had around our house, or we got in a thrift store bag with lots of stuff. Because we might have had this little Einstein card, but the monster memory match, I never had that, so I don't know where that card came from. It has to come like in a thrift store mixed bag of things. That's okay, we can find something to do with it. And when we get out of August, I'm going to try to put up some collections of things that maybe you would like to go back and try some of these things with some things you didn't have, and I'll put in some supplies in those kits so you can go and try some of these if you didn't have them. Some other things you can try. And if you're new especially, they'll be great to give you a variety of things. And if you're not new, they just might be something different to add to your collection. Hopefully not to hoard, hopefully to add to your collection of what you're actually using to make things for yourself and other people. So there's those cards. We have one more. Put this extra newsprint up there. I've given up on my garbage can at the moment, I'm sad to say. My floor has had so much fall on it. I just need to get down here with a big dustpan and broom and clean it out. And that will be soon, hopefully. Okay, so we have this one, this one, this one, this one I might set aside, and we have our tall one, and we have this one. So let's see. We can always add paint too. Let's start with our fish, because we know what we want to do for that. So we're going to put this on. I think I like the top, kind of just near that corner. So let's put this on. Kind of getting down to my glue stick. Before my next video, I'm going to have to restock my glue. Okay, what did I say? I'm going down here. I'm not going to do the ribbon on this one today, but on other future tall tags that I might throw into a miscellaneous one or something. Okay, so here we have our blue quilted background, and we'll put our fish on it. Save that. When I clean up my desk, I'll figure out which part of that to keep. But these little pieces definitely go. Oops. Okay. And our fish is over here to the side. Yeah, fishy, where are you? Here we are. See, we could always use these herbs and tomatoes and this orange color for other things, if nothing else, collage. Sometimes I have to sit in town for a while in the car, so I've been starting to carry a little wooden box with paper scraps and some glue and magazines that I know I don't want the pages, or other kind of books that I just want to use for glue books, and not the kind where you're making a glued picture artwork, but the kind where you're just gluing in scraps for like master boards that are in a book. And I can carry them along, and I can just, if I have a few minutes, glue some scraps on a page. And if I have some green, I could do like these green, and if I run out of green because maybe all I have with me is this much green, then that's all I put on that page. And if I'm putting it with this color because I'm not tearing it all out, then I'll look for other things that are either those colors or go good together. Okay, so here's our journal background. Here's our quilted front. And make sure we're not curved too much. So here's our fish. It could go this way, or it could go up this way. Now, I don't think we want to cut off the nose, so we're going to have to lose a little bit of the tail. If it's sitting this way and going up, that works. If it's sitting this way, it looks a little weird. What if we go over this way? We lose a lot of the tail. Get this right up to the edge. We're gonna lose most of the tail. Too bad it isn't a little longer. If we did it this way and put it right up to the corner, because it kind of curves that way, we lose a little less of the tail. So I'm just going to go that way because I think it needs its tail. I don't think that a card like this with a big fish on it and a blue quilt is something that you're going to find just every day, and it's not something that somebody is going to expect to find on their journal card. I guess that's where we're going. So that's kind of fun. We could wrap the tail. Need to snip the corner out and wrap it around, so we have a little bit of a fishtail to the back and our fish on our card, which would be nice to add some kind of words with it. I still have my activity pages here. I wonder if we have any fish or swim or play. Stray. If it was sway, that would be good. Gray. It is gray. I think that sink, swung, strong. How about strong? Let's go with strong. See, our fish is strong. And I don't think there is a space to put this on with the two together. So I'm going to cut it apart. And I think in this instance, we'll just take just the printed one. We'll use our blue distress ink we were using earlier on the previous video. I just made. And we might add something else too, but we'll put this word on here at least. And we'll round our corners. I think we'll just do little so we don't lose his nose. Or much more of the tail. Okay, so we'll see how that makes the white edges disappear, and it just makes it look more finished. Oh, I'm so glad I found this piece, because this is saving me a lot of time and it does a nicer job. So we have a little bit of the blue for the back. This is our tall trivia game card. And something out of our fabric quilt book, and something out of one of our magazines, which I consider the catalogs like magazines. So here we have a big, long journal card. Now we have these two. Let's see. It's gonna try to do this design. I think that would be really pretty, and that maybe instead of her skin, well, let's see, maybe we'll cut it at the same angle. That. And runaway glue stick. So almost is up to the top if I'd left just a tad more. And if we take some, well, contrasty, this polka dot thing is kind of nice. What if we, I don't think I really like, I don't know. What if we put this, I know I was thinking of using the orange there, but what if we put this down and this on here? How far up does the card go? Right to there. I think that would work good. So even though we saved the orange, we're not keeping it. Okay, we want this to go down at least to here. A little extra to be sure. This polka dot paper is origami paper as well. I used some of that in the previous video. Now we'll put some glue on this one. Figure out what we could add to these that I might have as well. Let's see. I'll put that corner down there. A little red and some red on that side and some blue. I think these polka dots go really nicely with the embroidery colors. And the large part of the embroidery is a nice offset to the small polka dots. Okay, we'll see what else we want to put with that. So we still have these three. I was thinking we could use some of this pink. Maybe up here at the top. down like that. Trim it up. How do we get a curve of some kind down here? Just put it in here. I think we can actually go over this. Glue up here. There we go. Maybe some kind of flower or butterfly or something would be nice to go around on here as well. Maybe some other little colors. We do have some little pink gingham. Maybe we'll put that down this side. Oops, that's interesting. I think our glue stick is definitely in distress. Time for finger gluing. Get a little bit on the edge of this. Okay. And maybe not all the way. Glue stick starts losing big holes. We're time to switch out to something else. Sorry, Kitty, you're losing your whiskers, but can't be helped. I'm just gonna wrap that around. You can still write on that, and it just kind of adds a little matching to the back. Okay, we'll find some things to put on that. I think this would be really nice. I think we'll get close to the edge so I know I'm far enough over. We may end up with part of that, but that's okay. I don't want to go up to the cornbread there, so I think I'll just mark that corner. And come over here, glue it, and this is the angle right here that I marked. I don't know if you can see it or not. So I want to go close to the edge, but not exactly on it, because I don't want the white, and I don't want to go beyond that. Hopefully I didn't get there. There's also lots of good recipes in these magazines. Most of them are not on my eating plan though. A lot of them look tasty. I think this will look nice in a neutral journal. It's kind of natural and neutral colors. I got a little bit of white there, but we'll fix that when we distress around the edges. Okay, so that's ready to put some things on. So we have this one that's sort of square. I don't know if this is big enough to appreciate the ears? Well, maybe. See if we can line it up. Once again, I was gonna use this background here, but now I'm not. But you always save yourself the option when you leave it. Okay, I'm gonna hold this up to the light. See if I can line this up. So I don't want to go over any further than I have to. But at the same time, I don't want to be over the edge. Hopefully that's lined up. If not, we'll have to adjust. The corner isn't glued good. Might have to get our art glitter glue out because this glue stick is starting to kick up its edge and spit out holes. But we're getting close on the video. Oops. You don't want to angle your scissors under too much, or you'll end up taking off too much on the front. Try to keep them straight up and down. On the sides, getting them straight is most important because your corner rounders can come back and help you on the other part. Oh, now we got a bunch of white. I did not want that. Well, we'll see what we can do. Okay, what do I have for colors? I have the blue. I have that color that I don't think is going to be good. Why don't we just go with the vintage photo? And then we think about what we can add. I round the corners more. I have to then distress again. Do a little extra here to handle that edge. And I'll come back and do the backs later. I'm afraid that my videos are getting longer than you might want. It's hard to come up with from start to finish 5 things and in a very short amount of time when you're choosing things and cutting and gluing. And I'm going to go back around these other ones a little later. What can we put on these? All right, I have this little, oops, this dish that has a few things. I have a strip of butterflies, that's kind of cool. I have, I don't know, some kind of seashell thing. Okay, I don't think there's more in there. I have this dish which has some numbers. It has some stickers that can go across as well. We also have purple. I think I don't want to do that one. Ink and think, ink and think. Let's see. This is hard to see things, but I have little, I have tickets, but I also have little jars. I don't know if this lid can come off. It does, thank you. Now I can get in here. Like one of these jars that says enjoy might be good with this one. Need something for that card if I can, if we're going to do that one. We have some little birds. This little bird could go with the cat. We have a ticket. Could maybe just be on the corner. Something on this one would be good. And the sun. Color-wise, these are nice. A stack of cups might look nice on there. Here's some colored pencils. Here's some black and white plant. And a jar with a succulent. And what else do we have? We have a little rainbow. We have a red ticket. We have a castle. Okay, I don't think more of these go on here. What do we have for butterflies that might go on these? Most of these are too big, but we do have these little ones. A little yellow one might be nice on there also. We have a pink butterfly. We have that color. Don't think a butterfly necessarily goes with the fish, although that color does look nice, so maybe it could go up by the word strong. Wonder if that one could go with that, or yellow. What else? Different shape of yellow. Okay, well, let's see what we can do with these. I still don't have anything for this one, but maybe that's the one we don't finish. Whoops, I'm gonna switch to art glitter glue because this glue stick is pretty much done. Okay, so let's distress this ticket and put it on here where it doesn't cover up the animals. Oops. Let that dry, and I might put another little piece down here or put a butterfly. Speaking of butterflies, I think this one looks nice with the color of the fish. And we might put another number or label or something on here, although we have the word strong. So just put that on there. Now this one, you have like a ticket. We have these cups, which color-wise look really nice. We have the castle. I see this is just an anything journal. See what you think it looks nice with. Maybe it's friends coming over for coffee, or getting yourself organized and all your cups stacked, or thinking about fellowshipping with other people, or red, white, and blue, or you just like the colors together. I think this castle down here is nice. Maybe a little less frame though. I'm gonna sit back so I can deposit these scraps on the ground. Mom, if you're listening, I will sweep my floor soon. Okay, so we'll put this on here. And actually, by the time you guys watch this, I will very likely have my floor swept. So we'll put this in the corner. So far we have this magazine. This is part of a lady's outfit. We have origami paper. We have, I think this is from a scrapbook pack cut out. This castle. I know these cards are, or cups, I mean, sorry. I know they're from that. And maybe before I put them down, why don't we trim this ticket really small? We could even make the ticket be a little secret tuck on this card. Why don't we do that? If we get enough of it glued on. We could try it, but I think it's going to be hanging off the edge, so you're really not going to be able to get much in here. Okay, it's a little tuck. I need to refresh the glue on my cups because I let them sit a little too long. Put our stack of cups on our ticket. We're losing our number, but maybe I should have done this because they're blending really into our ticket. Sorry, I'm getting quiet. Don't mean to. Distress the cups so that they stand out on the ticket. And I think I will put the sun up here at the top. I think that might be fun to have a little rainbow, I mean. So that's a rainbow collection, and it actually has a spot where you can tuck something in. If you find something that's a good, oops, a good size and fit. Actually, this little, it'd be upside down. We'll find something at another time that will go in there. So there's that one. And don't know if I rounded the corners. Some look rounded and some do not. There. So there's that one. This one's dry. We can cut off the extra part of the ticket. And maybe just put it down here on the bottom. So I'll put my thumb along here where I want to glue. Covers the butterfly a little bit, but not too bad. Oops, I got too much glue. I'll just wipe that off and let that dry again. And maybe I'll put this yellow butterfly down here at the bottom. So we took the basic card, but we didn't leave it the exact picture, but we left a lot of it on this one. Most of the other ones we've covered most everything up. So that makes a cute little wild animal journal card. Okay, and the kitty one, let's peel this, which is part of an address label. But I would do glue stick on this. But I've cut off the address part of the person whose address it was and just kept the picture or pattern or whatever. This is like some flowers. So I think I'm just going to go across the front and wrap to the back. This has several ones wrapped. You could put this on. It's a ticket. Cut a little more of this plant background off. I think cute would be nice if I had the word cute. I don't know where it is at the moment to do that. So that could be something that's added, or it could say cat or kitty or snuggled, because it's all snuggly in there. I hope our new kitty is happily snuggled somewhere and having some adventures besides. So we'll put that plant here. And I'm going to put that butterfly. I might steal, but I'm going to put this one up to offset the black and white picture. I'm going to fly it up here in the corner. We could still put a word up there. And then I'm going to put this pink butterfly down below. Now I know we normally do things in odd numbers, but we have 1, 2, and this is 3. So there's that one. And we're going to skip this one because we have more than we need anyway. So we're not using that, and I don't think we're using any of those. I think this looks really nice across here. So I think we'll snip that like that and save those two. And glue the back of this. And then we'll trim off each side because it's going to be a little long, but I think it'll look nicer if it's centered. So about here. So each of them are going to lose a little bit of wing. Yeah, I don't think that's going to wrap very well, so we'll trim. So that almost looks like a piece of washi, which I could have got out to use as well. And we'll put on this little mason jar. It says enjoy, so it's like our word as well as an image. Let's see. I'll overlap the butterflies a little bit. I don't know. I do like it at an angle, but somehow it doesn't look exactly right. I think the butterflies lower would have been better. But unfortunately, we are there now, so. And then we'll just put a butterfly up here, maybe coming out of the flower bouquet in the flowers. Okay, so this is a scrapbook paper. I'm not sure where this one came from. Might have been an advertisement, I'm not sure. And then the butterfly is scrapbook paper, and this part is our magazine. And of course, I'll go around and distress all of these. But I think definitely the back I'll save. But I think I'll stop there for now and show you what we made. We have this one with the flowers, butterfly, canning jar, and bouquet of flowers. We have the Hello Kitty with the collage of pink. We have the rainbow colors, and this one has, I know what we could do. We could put in one of our Bible pages. So you can get one that has all writing. It's about the right size. So we have this one, and we can put this in our pocket. We have this little tiny playing card It's our jungle theme with some ticket spots on it. And then we have this big guy, which is our strong fish swimming through the quilted sea. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hashtag play your hand, 5 journal cards for today, which is number 14 of our August 2024 challenge. Thank you for joining me. It's Peggy from the Pearl Forest. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see all the different days, and leave a comment if possible. I would love to answer your comments, or that everyone can see them and share. Thank you. Bye.